How's that? Huh. Oh. I'm sitting here jamming to music, and I don't think the stream can hear it. Oh. I had the volume all the way up in my ears.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder now how long that's been going on. That the music wasn't going out to the stream,
Oh.
because that's a setting that I've not changed in a while.
Oh, okay, cool. I can view your loadout, your Warframe loadout on Twitch.
Oh, I forgot I had that particular extension installed. There we go.
Oh, gone. I was looking through it. It just disappeared.
Well, I'm not playing Warframe. It's not
I know.
useful.
Just crazy it would disappear while you're actually like someone's actually looking through it, you know? Yeah. Oh no, you're good. I don't.
I'll keep it on. I don't care. I'm ready to start though.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
All right. Pressing the button in 3, a 2, a 1. I pulled the muscle. I pulled the muscle.
Welcome to the Geeks for the Win podcast, the podcast where we talk about our weeks as geeks. I'm your host, William, and I'm joined with my injured co-host, Stuart.
Down across the internet is casual tear. Oh my god, that really hurt. Oh, stretch before you dance. Stretch before you dance.
Wow, I can't believe that happened.
Not me neither.
You see those
it's been a
memes
while,
where
so I'm out
you
of
see
shape.
those memes where they're like, "Oh, if your birthday starts with a 1, or your birth year starts with a 1, you're gonna," you know, like.
Oh shit.
Today is gonna be a good day, and then the person like gets off the chair and then collapses. It's like
and then cuts to them flat on the ground.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you though. I'm like regretting that I didn't take some ibuprofen before we started, because my knee's starting to hurt a little. But I'll power through it.
I got some gummies. I think that might help me.
We're back after a little bit of a break.
Yeah, not exactly planned. My freaking power supply decided I'm not going to fully work anymore. I don't know exactly what happened, because there were still some lights on my motherboard, but it just wasn't doing anything.
I wonder if it was like a cable, you know.
I'm using the old cable. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I'm not using a new cable. But and it's still under warranty, and I was hoping that they'll just send me, or like, send us your old power supply, we'll verify it, and send you a new one. No, they want me to send my whole PC back, because this is through a PC builder. I didn't build this myself, because I didn't want to. I didn't want to. I wanted somebody else to deal with with all the configurations and all that stuff. Somebody else do it. But I didn't have the original packing. I have the box, like the big box it came in, but then the PC itself was all built in and then packed inside the case box. I don't have that anymore. Or the styrofoam. If I did, then I would have done it, but I wasn't gonna try to, you know, ship this via UPS, have it bounce around and whatever,
Yeah.
being kicked and stabbed with a forklift. And they said that all shipping incidences are, liable under, from me and not them. I'm like, shit. So I'll spend
Never use them
120
again.
bucks. I'll spend 120 bucks and just buy a new one.
Yeah. Did you get the same one or?
I got the same one, only it's the cheaper version
Okay.
because that's what they had at Best Buy.
Because you were saying you use your old cables, and it's like you got to be careful with power cables, like for power supplies. Like you can't
Yeah,
just use
it's
any
the
power supply cables.
same one, just the
Yeah.
cheaper model.
Okay.
So
That's good. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure, because if if it was like a different model, I'd be like, you might want to like check that on one of those sites that tells you if they're, because apparently that could like mess things up. Yeah.
I actually didn't know that. I thought like all it's a PCU cable. Yeah, everything works together. I didn't know that,
No,
but
no, not even all not even from the same company, you know. But you said yours
okay,
is like the same model
yeah.
basically, but probably what, like lower wattage or something.
No,
Not
it's
as
the exact same wattage. It's just
Oh, okay.
like it use like less expensive parts.
Okay. Yeah. I only know that because, I'm a nerd and I watch Linus Tech Tips and he mentioned that one time. Um,
I must have missed that video.
um, but yeah, so I had a power supply fail on me once, but that was after like 10 years of use. So
Yeah, this
I got
was
my money's worth.
like 6 months. So I was like, that's
Yeah, I
that.
was shocked. I was shocked how quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was, yeah.
So, but yeah, I just spent like 120 bucks and just bought a new one and just did it myself.
If that
But
fails in 6 months, just use the warranty on that,
yeah,
and the company will send you. Yeah.
um, yeah, like I don't know. And like that took some time to even get a response because it happened on a weekend. They didn't respond to me till like Tuesday, and then um, like the following weekend was like the 4th of July, which I wasn't even home for that whole
Yeah.
weekend. So I was like,
Sounds like their customer service is not that great. Just because, like,
like I
how the warranty that situation is, where like, oh, you're liable for sending it and all this and that. That doesn't seem too friendly.
I
Like
get it. I
customer
get
service
it.
friendly.
I've used them before. Like they built my first PC, which that's now been the way of um crap. What's the name of that ship? That thought experiment where if you
Oh,
replace a
the
ship piece by
Theseus.
piece, yeah, Theseus. It's now the way of Theseus, and I've replaced everything inside it. And it still works. It's actually what I'm using to stream on.
Oh, cool.
So, but it's I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was a power surge on which I'm it's on a surge protector. Again, I don't know what happened.
Do you
Who knows?
believe the like? Do you believe the? I've seen this before, and I'm not sure if I believe it or not. That like surge protectors can expire. Like, oh, like I saw some video where it was like, oh, I didn't realize surge protectors are only good for so many years, and then they're no longer. And I'm like, I don't. Is that true? I
I
don't
don't
think
know how
so.
surge protectors work, so I couldn't tell you.
No, like, because I feel like I've had certain surge protectors for like 10 years, and they seem to work fine.
Maybe you just haven't had a surge, and that.
Oh no, I've had surges happen. I live in Oklahoma. We have lots of crazy storms, and hell, sometimes the shock wave from the testing out in Fort Sill causes like surges, for like because they shake everything. It it's crazy sometimes here, but anyways, yeah, we're finally back though. Um, and glad to see your PC's back up and running.
Yep, it's back up and running. Then what? As soon as I powered it on, like, oh, Windows, it's like a new install. Got all those fucking pop-ups that come on when you. Oh, why Windows does like every other time when you start up the PC, it's like a brand new install. Hey, you should get Office 365. No, no, I don't want to use. I don't want Game Pass. I've had it. I don't use it.
I forget what I used, but there was on my laptop. There was a thing I used. It was like a basically it debloats Windows, and it's amazing. I love it. I've thought about doing it on my desktop, but I'm
I
you know
I need to because it's because
because I'll have to look and tell you which one I used on my laptop and let you know but you know
people
so
getting
you can
upset.
look into it. But
People getting upset at Microsoft. I get it. I really do. I get it because I'm getting pissed at my Microsoft.
yeah, I just saw some random. I forget. I'll have to look it up. Um, after we're done, and I'll send you a message. But yeah, it works great. Like there's like it took away like so much debloat, and I mainly did on my laptop because it's not like I don't have a powerful laptop. I just got something just to have for like you know
Mm-hmm.
on the go or portable. It's a really cheap laptop, and I just mostly did it so I'd get there wouldn't be as much resources being taken up from all this Windows bloat, you know. And it's been fairly nice, you know. Um, but it's been a month. What have you been up to?
Um, fucking reading. Uh, like I told you, I've read 8 books. That is, I've completed 8 books. I'm on book 9 right now. Um, I guess I can talk about one that we both read. Uh, Dual Class 4. Um, I, I was shocked how short it was. Um,
Also, surprise launch.
yeah, yeah. you you tend like okay. Has Stewart started a new book? Probably. I'm gonna send him in this new book now. Fuck.
I mean,
Because
I saw it in the Facebook Lit RPG group. There was a
it's
post
happened
about,
like
hey, this came out, and I'm like,
it's
oh,
happened
okay.
like 4 or 5 times now. Like a book will come out and you tell me about it because you find out before I do because I don't do Facebook. Um, and I just happened to have picked a new book that day, like earlier that day. Like, um, but I'm trying to think of what happened in it because it was a while ago now.
He was in his original world.
Yeah, okay. That and
Or or
I messaged you this question, like, is it a coincidence that the dragon bitch picked that the Azura class stone?
no, that stuff that I'm still confused. I'm very confused on what happened in this book. Like, there's a lot of questions I feel like still need to be answered.
Yeah, like, is it coincidence or did it is it changing, like rewriting his history? Is it overwriting reality? Like,
Well,
what is happening?
he didn't really go back in time though, right? It's just
It's
like a
he's
memory or like
he's viewing memories.
yeah, it's like the Matrix, or it's like, the Danger Room kind of thing. Like simulation type of a memory,
Yeah,
I
but
feel like.
it does still seem to be real though,
Oh, it's just
because
really good. Yeah.
like there's I'm forgetting her name. That's why I keep calling her Dragon Bitch. Um,
But like
like,
if he like killed if he
she's
killed his
there.
dad, he wouldn't like cease to exist though. It's
No,
not like it's actual
no,
time travel. Yeah.
no. He's just viewing it and kind of interacting in a
Yeah.
pseudo way, but like it's still events that happened.
And like is like I'm still so confused because like is that even real?
I, she like the Dragon Bitch is saying
Cuz
it
he
is.
but he even still kind of isn't fully convinced by the end of the book, I feel like, right?
No, because like it's that's the whole trial that he's on, is being convinced that of who he actually is.
And then it's like, what then if he is from another world and another, well, he belongs to another family and all this and that, then what's how does that how how like how wh-
That I think
he
we're going to
wasn't
get answered. That
reincarnated, right? Or was he like,
maybe
how does that all
maybe.
work? Yeah.
Well, I think we're definitely going to get answers with that in the next book. Um, but I don't think we're going to get answers to the was a coincidence that was the race that she put into him, or did she know?
Yeah.
And I don't
It's
know
very
if we'll get that answer.
there's just a lot of questions that I'm just like I'm still so confused about. Yeah. It's like, why this book? Why did it have to be? Because this was kind of short too. Yeah, this was a shorter one, right? Um,
Yes.
uh, was this the one that was 9 hours long, or was that? Man, why is Audible
Uh,
being so slow for me? No, this was 16 hours long. Okay. Okay, and then that was Past Life Hero that I'm thinking of. That was the even shorter. But yeah, like even 16 hours is still like compared to the others. The first book was 26 hours, second was 21 and a half, third was 27.
Yeah.
This is like 10 hours shorter than, or this no 5 hours shorter than the shortest one so far. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of, I'm very confused, and I'm like, it ended with me just like I really wish you would have cleared up some of these questions. Like,
Yeah, like stopping in the middle of that trial, like why?
yeah, exactly.
Like at least finish it.
It's like you is is the book for 5 out or no?
No,
Okay. I wasn't sure if the actual book was out for it or not.
no, it's like I look on
Okay,
Amazon.
yeah.
It's not even listed. So there's not even a
And
real
yeah.
release date for that.
And yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. I mean, it was good that it just like came out of nowhere. They just released the audiobook. That was a nice surprise, but like, oh, just there's so many questions. And he's reluctantly getting a harem.
Yes. Uh, yeah, I don't know.
We
Um,
got a question in the chat.
oh, we do. I wasn't even looking at the chat.
Yeah, I
Uh,
just happened to see it.
where do you guys stand on the whole physical media versus digital media debate? Uh, I get it. Like I've been pure digital for a long time, but
I mean, we're PC gamers, yeah.
we're PC gamers. But even when when I was on Xbox, I was still digital.
Same,
Um,
yeah. Just unless like could find the disc for like super cheap. There were some games I would, if it was like a crazy Black Friday sale or Amazon had it for super cheap, I'd have had a couple discs. But for the most part, yeah, I was like when it in 2013 with Xbox One, I was like, oh man, you can get games all digital. I'm totally down.
yeah,
I remember I got one game just because there was a scare because some Blu-ray players weren't working on the original Xbox One, and I remember I got a game just to test. I got a physical version of a game I wanted just to test that out. You know, but yeah, I've been mostly. I see where people. I
oh
see
no,
where
I
physical comes into play.
yeah, like being digital only for so long. I especially like sales, like stuff rarely goes on sale outside of like Steam sale. Then yeah, but like outside of that, you will not get a sale on a digital product. Where if it's in a store, that's up to the store to do the sale.
Yeah. I mean, Microsoft and Sony, the last couple years, they've had some pretty good digital sales, I've heard
But
recently.
they're
I've heard people
also
say.
very rare.
Yeah. But what was I was gonna say? I
But
don't know.
also, as far as like the stop killing game stuff, fully on board. Fully on board. If we buy a digital product, we should own that fucking digital product.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's why I mean, I wish stuff like good old games was more relevant, cuz when you get a game from them, it's a like DRM free version and you can download it
Yeah,
and like you own it,
yeah. Um,
you know.
Steam has said that they do have protections. Like if for whatever reason, in the future, Steam is not the big thing and Steam ends up shutting down, they said they do have a way where you be able to keep your library that is already built in.
Yeah. But also with like these console games though, like even when you get the disc like day one, most of them have like how many gigs updates, or like don't I I'm not sure if both do, but I think one of them like it doesn't even install the game from the disc. It downloads it. I think one of
I
the
think a lot
e-
more artwork games do that anyway.
Yeah, so it's like you're downloading it anyways, but I do like I don't know if you saw Microsoft, they've said they're coming out with a thing where it'll uh disc to digital like program, you know, like
Via
if
AI.
you have the disc, yeah, if you have the disc of something of a game, there'll be a way to get a digital license of it, which I mean that's something, That's
And I'll add
better than
Copilot to the game.
they've backed away from the new head of Xbox has backed away from that, which is good.
But Microsoft has not. So
Yeah. Um, but yeah, it's I don't know. I saw what was it? GameFly had came out with a statement. And I'm like, oh wow, I
what?
forgot GameFly's still around. Like,
GameFly made an announcement from the grave.
apparently they're still around. I'm like, oh wow, okay, yeah. So if if well, when Sony and Microsoft go all digital in a couple years, I think they said by like 2028. I think that's what they said. But it'll just be like I guess Retro and Nintendo if they're even still around. But yeah, Nintendo, they're just little cartridges, like little SD cards, basically, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know.
That that
It's
that
interesting.
tastes really bad. Um, I don't know. I saw a TikTok this week, where somebody was installing their Steam library to um, SSDs.
They made them into cartridges.
And put them
Yeah,
in, and I was like, and he wrote like a little like launch script. So like every time you
yeah.
put it in, it'll launch the game. It's
I
like
didn't
that's
see a
hilarious.
video, but I saw an article of someone that was talking about that. Yeah, and I'm like, that's cool. I love that. Like they were like, I think they were like 120 gig SSD drives that were like to look like cartridges.
Which aren't cheap. Like I was looking at SSDs earlier today. Like those things aren't cheap right now.
Well, I mean, like I imagine those are just like regular SSDs, not like like not M.2s or they're
Oh no, I was
the
looking at
like
regular
SATA
SSDs.
SSDs.
I was looking at regular
SATAs?
SSDs. Yeah,
Oh wow. I haven't. I don't.
because I was like, what's a terabyte? $150. Oh, that's a little bit more than I was wanting to pay.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, yeah, $100. Wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy. I wouldn't think SATA SSDs would be high, but I guess it's all still flash memory or flash. Yeah, yeah. Thanks AI.
yeah, really.
I think I told you that I had looked up like my the same like RAM that I have in my PC, and it was like double the price of
Sure.
what I paid for it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh wow, that is that is crazy. Like, because yeah, I just like went to my like orders and clicked on it and was like, oh, that's definitely not how much I paid for it. I'm so glad I built my computer before all that craziness happened.
Yeah, I told you before, because I'm looking into maybe trying out Linux because Microsoft is pissing me off. And I was going to buy an SSD just for that. I was going to like not share a drive, but like actually like dual drive it as well. Because looking into it, like that's maybe the safer choice. Um, um, and I was like, okay, well, maybe not. I've I've got a I've got a drive I think on my streaming PC that I'm not using really anymore. So I'm going to repurpose that.
I made an error when I looked at this. I was looking at the grand total order that I made, not the actual price of the RAM when I bought it. So
Oh,
the RAM I bought is now $549. DDR5, 32 gigs, 2 times 16 gig sticks, 6,000 millitransfers or whatever. But 550. I paid 99.99 for it. So
damn.
$450 more than what I paid for it.
And that is not because of AI. That's because of fucking people exploiting AI.
Yeah.
That wasn't AI's fault. That is in complete fault of the RAM manufacturers being absolute fuckheads.
Yeah. Um that's Yeah, see when I was looking at it originally, I thought, man, did I really pay 200 and something for RAM back then? Huh. But that makes more sense. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, oh my god. 550. Like that's like how much I paid for my GPU when I like I
Yeah.
think. And those are just outrageous now too because of AI and everything. Like
Yes.
not a good time to build a PC. I'm
No,
so glad we did ours
I'm
beforehand.
I got I went right under that wire.
Yeah, it's so nice. It sucks for it sucks because like yeah, it's not going away for a while because
No.
you know it's not like these manufacturers can just you know make more because these factories are already booked up for you know
No,
other stuff.
but they
You
can
know
lower the damn prices.
that true. Yeah, but like I don't know.
I mean,
It's
there's not a shortage. They've just jacked up the fucking prices. There's not a shortage like they claim.
They're kind of. I mean, at least the
No,
Linus video I saw
like
talked about
it's
it
okay.
and
It's
explained.
it's not as bad as it would be at these prices.
No.
No,
Yeah.
the prices are higher than they should be.
Oh yeah. They're higher than they should be, but yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like there is a slight, there like a slight bit more RAM is being used. Like yeah,
Yeah.
as far as like overall, only a little bit more, not 5 times.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's not this bad, but I don't know. And the fact that it's happening for, you know, way more than just the RAM, GPUs are crazy expensive. Like you were saying, a regular SATA SSD
Yeah,
being $100 for 1 TB is ridiculous.
yeah.
Like, yeah. I still
And
Like,
I saw
I knew RAM prices were bad, but until I actually looked up and saw what I paid for versus what the same thing is going for now, that's just like that boggles my mind. Like,
yeah.
let me look at price history. As when did this change recently? Uh, oh, it was cheaper recently, but cheaper as in 490 versus 550. But a year seems like November is when um, maybe October. October is when, at least for the RAM I have, that's when it started to rise up around October. Yeah, it's crazy. It's which that unfortunately that means the s- Steam machine had to be priced so expensive.
Yeah.
So not as many people are going to get that, which means not as many, you know, if more people would get that, that would really push more gaming developers to be compatible for Linux, you know,
Yeah.
since SteamOS is Linux. And so that's going to slow the adoption of Linux down a bit. 'Cause I really
I don't
think
know. I think Linux is getting an uptick because Microsoft is being so bad.
I mean, an up, yes, but like in the grand scheme of things, it's not as big as it
It's
probably would have been if the Steam
yes.
machine came out at a reasonable price and more
Um
people would pick it up, you know?
yeah, but also at the same time, the Steam Deck is already using Steam OS. So, and it definitely did push Linux gaming forward a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is
But also,
still, according to Steam charts, it is still at like 3%.
yeah. I've thought about putting Steam OS on uh my handheld Lenovo Legion Go, but I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, since I've been looking into Linux, like originally I wasn't like I'm gonna try Steam OS. I have rethought that. Then I'm not gonna try Steam OS when I do try Linux.
Yeah.
Because that just it's more of it's built to be on used on the controller, not just gaming mode, but it doesn't seem to be quite right for much outside of gaming.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, it'll still work, but not the way I want it to. Like out of the box.
Yeah, I think your plan to dual boot to dip your toe in the water is a good one, because like at least for me, I would not want to dive in and because like I said, I've watched like every year I'll watch Linus from Linus Tech Tips, and he'll have like Tim and some other people. They'll do like the Linux challenge,
Mm-hmm.
and every year they do that, and every year they're like, it's better, but it's just not. It's not quite there yet. They always
Except
come up
this
with
year, it was like,
the
except there, a couple of them were like, I'm sticking with Linux.
yeah, but also they don't mind having to do certain. At least they don't mind having to do certain troubleshooting things that like like console commands and
Oh,
stuff like that. And I'm just like, I do not want to do that shit. I do
they'll
not want to have to deal with.
they'll complain about it.
Yeah. But
And doing like terminal stuff on Linux does not seem to be the same thing as as doing it is on Microsoft. It is
yeah,
not the
I
same
don't
thing.
know. I just, I don't know. I've thought about doing the dual booting thing too. There's a couple versions of Linux that I've looked into. Um. Anyways, though, yeah, physical media versus digital.
Yeah,
It's I see people's complaint, but like it really hasn't been I'm with you. I've basically been digital for 10 plus years,
yeah.
you know.
So like it doesn't
It's
affect me, but I'm it it doesn't affect me either way. So I really have no horse in the race.
yeah. Like I have good internet connection, so I can I my internet provider doesn't have a data cap limit, so like I understand
I
some
pay
do.
extra for that.
Uh, I understand some do, or some people live in areas where their internet's not quite fast, so it
Yeah,
would take a long time to you know to download 100 gig file or something, or whatever, stuff like that. But like, I don't know. Also, like, can has no one really called the gaming industry out for like why aren't more developers not doing whatever the Helldivers 2 developers did? Because like they cut their game by like 100 gigs, 120 gigs.
I th- I I think at the time people did, because I definitely
That
remember when that happened. People were
Yeah,
going,
that's amazing.
"Fucking Call of Duty, what the fuck?"
Exactly. Like, why can't we get more developers to copy them? However, they were able to manage that, because like being
I,
150 gigs originally, Helldivers 2, and we're dropping it down to like 30 something is like that's magic. I don't know how, but and no
Call of
one's
Duty
complaining about it.
is.
Like,
I mean, no, people complain about the Call of Duty, the size of Call of Duty. People complain about
no,
that
I
all
mean
the
like
fucking
the
time.
Helldivers 2 being smaller. Like there hasn't been
Oh,
complaints about like quality. The quality is
because
poorly,
it's
or
the internet and people forgot.
yeah. But I'm saying like, why can't other developers do this? Because apparently it's not like you know it's not like Helldivers 2's quality was shitty, from that drastic drop in file size. You know, I know everyone complains about Call of Duty. Yeah,
Yeah.
their file size is ridiculous, and like and not to mention if you also have like Warzone, just Warzone alone
Yeah.
is like 100 and some, you know, or 200 gig. I don't. How much is Warzone now? Like, am I crazy thinking it was like 200 gigs at one point? Call of Duty's Warzone typically ranges from 80 gigs to over 200 gigs, depending on your platform and installed Yeah. So yeah, I can get up to 200 gigs just for
I'm seeing 250.
Warzone. Yeah, that's crazy. That's and that, like I said, that's just Warzone. It has nothing to do with, you know, Black Ops 6 or Black Ops 7 or whatever this next one, or was it Advanced Warfare, or no? What's the one that's coming up? It's
I don't know.
something.
I've stopped paying attention.
Oh, I think it's Modern Warfare 4. Okay, yeah, that's what it is.
I thought
Yeah,
Modern
I
Warfare
don't
4
know.
already came out, but I guess I don't Like I said, I have stopped paying attention. I'm back to where I was before 2019's Modern Warfare reboot with
Yeah,
Call of Duty.
yeah, that's just yeah, it's
Give it a
is
big
what it
old
is.
double
But
bird.
Fortnite's also a huge file, though, isn't it? Like
Um,
it's 100 plus gigs, I think. Right?
is it? I didn't think it was that big. Yeah, it's about 100 gigs.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like 100 gigs is like the standard for like a AAA game now, unfortunately. And then you have some that are like way more than that. But yeah, but you know, like I said, I've got I just don't have any of the negatives to where physical would really I would need physical over digital, you know.
Yeah, like
Eh,
my new PC doesn't even have a disk drive.
Oh, mine doesn't either. Yeah. Which I'm like, you know, I there doesn't even have a spot to put one in if I wanted one.
Nope, not nor
Yeah,
nor
my
mine,
case just doesn't have it. Yeah.
nor mine.
Yeah. Um so
So
yeah.
dual class. um, what else have you been up to?
Um where's my um I I guess we can just go to the other one we've both listened to, Past Life Hero 4.
Uh huh.
Um, this was another one where like he actually was in his own original world, like
Yes.
for real, not just a memory,
Right.
you know, memory vision, whatever thing. But and he, I didn't expect the whole book to be like him there, you know. But
I
I
did.
guess you know but or I wouldn't have if where is it? This is the one where it was like super short, right? Um, you know, Yeah, this is the one where it was 9 hours and 21 minutes. Yeah. Which I mean, the other ones haven't been super long. Like the third one was 11 hours, second was 15, first was 16. But still, like I don't know. Under 10 hours for a lit RPG book just feels too short, you know?
There's been some
But
I've read that were short.
I've read some that were short too, like this, but I don't like it, you know? But um it felt like a lot of stuff that happened in this it was kind of rushed, you know?
Maybe.
Like him him getting him it started with him, you know, basically where the last book left off, where he was in his what's the world's name? I forget.
Um,
Um where is it in the
it is
description?
not there.
Uh,
Is it a comment?
that's a bad description for book 4. It's more like just a description of the overall
The continuation
series.
of the series.
Yeah, like it. There's no description or summary or anything for the actual book 4 itself.
I want to say it was like Avalon or something like that.
I want to say that too, but like, anyways, from the moment he gets there
We'll call
to
it Avalon.
from the moment he gets there to, like, you know, him facing what's his name who killed him in his previous life, you know, like that all felt really quick. Like maybe it's because the book was so short, you know.
The ending was definitely quick.
It definitely didn't feel like there was as many obstacles as you would have thought, you know.
And then it the ending was like, I killed a guy. I ended up destroying the thing I was here for in the first place. Oops. I'm back home. It's like, what? Hold on. Did you know how to do
And
that? Did you figure out another way?
and and I have the queen of the race that they're the newest
Right.
queen of the
Yeah.
yeah, like
It's
they
like,
just
whoops,
skipped all that.
skip
Yeah.
that. It's like, was there a fight? Like, it was like, how did that interaction go
Albion.
down at first?
Albion.
Albion.
Yeah, I knew. I was thinking it too. I was thinking Avalon too, but it just didn't sit right with me. Yeah, I knew I was thinking wrong, but yeah, Albion. Yeah,
Close enough.
yeah, I guess it's a fantasy world, so who cares? But um, yeah, it's I don't know. It just felt like, you know, it felt a bit rushed to me. I think maybe that's because it was only like 9 hours long, and you know, just him getting through certain things, and you know, especially that fight at the end just felt shorter. It felt too short, you know. I enjoyed the book. I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed the
Yeah.
series. It's great, but you know, like I said, I don't know. It just felt like a lot of it was rushed, you know.
No, I
And
totally get what you mean.
yeah, and like I said, it's probably just because it was a shorter book, and maybe they wanted to get it out. Maybe he wanted to get a book 4 out quick or whatever, or I don't know what the reasoning was, but yeah, but yeah, and man, if I was what's his name? The Oh, I'm just drawing such a blank. Um, when he goes back, at the end.
Oh, yeah, I know who you mean.
Like the fortune teller lady, whatever her, I know
Uh huh.
she saying like basically like I know where your daughter is, and then he and then Max is like that can wait. It's like to hell it can. Like I that's what I would be like if I
No,
was
yeah,
what's his name, like
no, yeah, exactly. It's like the
like
fuck it. No, you tell me now.
like that was so insensitive of Max. Like
With a little bit. Which okay, that fortune teller lady, the entire time I kept in my mind she was old, but
yeah, but
the
like I
descriptions she was not old.
yeah, exactly. But I kept for some reason the way that he was narrating her,
Yes,
you know,
she was an old lady.
exactly. But
She
then he
was
would talk
that.
about how like, oh, she's beautiful and blah blah, and it's like, what? So I just
Yeah,
couldn't make that connection in my mind. Yeah,
no,
I'm with you, 100%.
and it 100% was the voice that was used. So that like it was definitely the in my mind it was the stereotypical fortune gypsy lady.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm glad I
Not
wasn't alone with that. I definitely was like fighting because I was like, I know she's supposed to not be old, but like
yeah,
I just in my mind I can't help but picture her old. Like
yeah. No, I get that.
it's definitely
Yep.
definitely a struggle. Yeah. But yeah, him getting and for those who don't know, this is it's like a reverse isekai where the character is from a fantasy world and he's gets killed and he's reincarnated into our world. And then
But then our world turns into a fantasy world.
well yeah, and then it's like the the system apocalypse
Apocalypse.
thing happens, and yeah, so it's like two subgenres that mix together.
It works.
It works, yeah. I like it, you know. And so how many he has four paths, or does he have five now?
I don't remember.
Or how many paths does he have? Because I'm so
At
confused.
least two.
Like
At least two. That's
no,
all I
he
remember.
has well the god lady gave him a third, or no, gave him a third, and then he picked up a fourth, I think.
I don't remember. And I don't exactly remember what paths mean.
Well, it's like the summoner, blade
Yes,
sorcerer.
that I get, but
Yeah.
like what does it mean though in context of everything else? Like
To me, it's like, like you Borderlands, you got the skill trees, I guess, where you can.
I just
I
remember the
feel like it's
two.
a skill tree. Yeah.
I
But no,
just
no,
remember the two.
he's got blade summoner, or he's got the what is it? The not blade. He's got the summoner, he's got the what's the blade one called? Blade sorcerer?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Summoner, blade sorcerer, bead sorcerer,
Oh right.
and because he gets that from the god lady, right?
Is the
That he
god
becomes the
or
champion of.
is it one of the small
The,
spirits?
I thought it was the goddess lady gave him the bead sorcerer, or
Maybe.
bead sorcerer when he became her champion.
Maybe. I don't know. They don't definitely don't focus on that since he got it. Other than the occasional he throws beads during the fight.
Yeah. Trying to find this. I thought. Yeah, and I think he has a fourth one. But yeah, it's gotten a little crazy. But and then was it he the summoner and blade sorcerer are basically the main ones he uses though, because
Yes.
you know, um, because of his you know, the spirits he has contracts with definitely played a huge part in his like combat and stuff like that. Um,
Which I'll say this: his old enemy that became his spirit, like the old queen, she was way too quiet throughout the book.
yeah, I'm kind of agree with that. But like I also feel like that's part of like it kind of felt a little rushed because if they would have had her speak more and stuff, that would have made the book longer. And
Oh well.
I feel like there was some reason why like they had to get the why the book was shorter as short as it was. Like it may have been deadline or I don't know something, but yeah, that unfortunately made. But yeah, I felt like there were some things that definitely were lacking like that. I do agree with you that it felt kind of odd that you didn't really hear much from her, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, past life hero. It's definitely one I like. It's I'm glad I am glad he's back in the real world. You know.
Yes.
Um,
Or on Earth.
and on Earth, yeah. And it's weird that because I guess the was it the quartet system, whatever that you call them, the they have robots in all the worlds, right? That are
Apparently,
apparently, and like you can't just destroy them. They'll always come back, I guess. I was a little confused on that whole thing.
they might get more into it in the next book.
Yeah, because they were talking about how like basically it'll like heal itself eventually, and it's like why can't you just like destroy it like completely? But I get I that whole thing, there was like I said, there was a lot of things that happened in this book that they didn't really touch a lot of things on. They didn't really touch too much on that. I think is what made me feel like it was kind of rushed. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely grateful. I'm definitely looking forward to the next book because he's back on Earth. We get to see what all is going to happen on Earth. You know,
What's been happening
because
on Earth?
what's been happening. Yeah. Um. And yeah. What's something else you got?
Um, I'll kind of squish two into one here, because these are both book series that I've read, that I've talked about in the past, and just have read the next book in. Um, I finally got back to reading Mark of the Fool, um, which is a complete series, by the way. There is an ending. Oh, books have an ending nowadays. Woo. But it's like book 12 or something like that. Um, Mark of the Fool is kind of
Now,
the um, it it was kind of very much like Harry Potter esque in the fact that he went to a magic school. Um, and there is a big bad that resurrects like every 100 or so years. But it only affects his homeland. It doesn't affect anywhere else, and so nobody else cares. But only the people on his little island actually matter or care about it. And there's like 4 heroes that are kind of chosen and get these tattoos. And he got one of them called the Fool, which disrupts his ability to use magic. But also in the past, like the Fool is typically the one that dies out of the group, but is kind of like known as like the heart of the party, and so his death is the one that rallies everybody else and to defeat the big bad, not Demon Lord. He's like fuck that, and then ran. So he's kind of in hiding from his church, from the church, and figures out that like it doesn't disrupt his magic, but like every time he tries to use magic, every failure that he's had while trying to cast that spell goes running through his mind. So it's his mind is just flooded with accounts of him failing that spell or whatever. So what he does is he learns how to, okay, I did it wrong that time, so I'm going to fix it. So he actually uses the failures to adjust, and he actually manages to use magic, even though he's not really known, or the Fool isn't known for using magic. And this is just the book 3 of that. It's continuing on. Not a whole lot really
I would like.
I think so.
Do you think?
I think so. I think when I first talked about it, you were kind of interested in it.
Because yeah, I think I remember being interested in it, and I keep circling around it, but I'm it's been a while, and I'm just like I don't know, like I
Yeah.
can't remember because we've talked about lots and lots and lots of different books.
Yeah. There's an old like childhood friend that goes to the magic school with him, but she's more of a physical kind of hunter type. And then like, oh look, they hook up. It's a good series. Like I'm enjoying it so far. I will continue, but kind of sporadically throughout. And I'm not going to binge it all. But there is an actual ending, so
Okay.
that's unusual in the books we read. How many books actually are there? There are 10 books. 10 books and looks like 3 comic books. Interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The other book that I've read is also number 3 in a series, Nightmare Realm Summoner 3.
I think I was looking at this one recently again. Yeah.
This one, let's see. The apocalypse happens, and his best friend, who's kind of next to him, pushes him into a portal that takes him to the mirror dimension, basically, where everything is like super strong, and like he ends up kind of getting strong there, but also finding there was another person there, but not from his planet, from a different planet that also went through the system initiation like a week ahead of Earth, and she's a Dampier who likes to drink his blood. And this book series does a great job at like at ending on a cliffhanger. Like the oh no, I just want like one more chapter. Just keep going, just one more chapter. That's all I need. And then I'll be satisfied. Like, don't end it fucking there. Like the last book ended like they fought like this big like region boss monster that was about to wipe out the town that he was building. And as soon as the monster was defeated, he passed out, and that was the end of the book. It's like, what? Why? And the third book picks right up when he wakes up, obviously. But I will say this one, fucking, it ends. He gets a piece of mail from the friend that pushed him into the portal and tried to kill him. It's like, no.
Oh, so he tried to kill him. That's what. Okay, I was
Yes.
going to ask that.
No, yeah, because
like
when the
what the
initiation
context
happened,
of that was
like these pillars were rising out of the ground, and it seemed just destroying things that it was touching. So his friend pushed him into one of these when one of these pillars. He has no idea why.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm sure that's frustrating to end on, like you said. Do you see what the mail is, or
no?
Does it just?
It just says you got some mail from this dude. Fuck.
Damn. Yeah, this is another one I've had on my to read list, cause I think from you.
Yeah, and the town that he's building, the engineer that he hired to kind of build up the buildings is a necromancer. So he uses monster parts to build the buildings. So, and he built a wall on the outside of the town, and there's just eyes all over the damn wall that just look around and look right at you, and can like apparently see through walls. So, it's very like, why'd you do this? I don't know. They were there. So he's got a very interesting town. And he's got this Pokemon like magic that he uses, where he has captured other monsters that he has then and they evolve. So like when like the word leaderboard was up, he went by the name Ash. Which honestly took me way too long to get, like, oh, because of Pokemon. That's why he named Ash. It didn't click that those were connected. But yeah, it's a good series that I really like. This came out the same day that Dungeon Crawl came out.
Oh wow, there was a few books that were gonna originally come out that day. Then,
yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah.
And book 4 looks like it's coming out in October, but that's the book. No idea about the audiobook. All right, that's 2 books I've read. What about you?
Um, I um I have a book where the main character's name is William.
Okay.
And I didn't pick this book because of that. I've talked a little bit off about this, but it's called The Legend of William O, and it's by Macronomicon, the
Okay.
author of Industrial Strength Magic, and um, you read another book by him, but I haven't
Yes.
read that series yet.
It was the Apocalypse system.
Yeah, yeah. Um, this is it's not like an isekai, you know. It takes place in like a different world. It's uh it's a world where there's like a tower, and I think it goes to 100 floors or something like that. The main character William O, he is an orphan. And it's set up to where you at a certain, like, I don't know if it's necessarily age, but like when you're ready, you do this like sacrifice thing where you get certain things to sacrifice to like the system. Like I think it's like three different things, and depending on the quality of it, um it'll determine like what like your like class or what will give you, like he gets this rare, I think it's like a what is it, it's some like uh what is it, hold on, it's some like lizard tail or drake tail or something. I think that's it. I don't know, there's a lot of loot and stuff like that in this book. Um, but he gets this like rare thing to be one of his like offerings or sacrifices. I forget which exactly it is. I think it's sacrifices. Um, and when he's about to he he has a friend who is like a little better off than him, and but not like super rich or noble or whatever. And his 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 friend basically ends up betraying him, because there's this adventuring party who convinces his friend to betray him because he has this like rare like drake's tail, or I forget exactly what it is. It's some like creature part, that he has to sacrifice. And the adventuring party gets them to betray him, and when it's time for him to do the sacrifice, they like decide, they basically like, that's when the betrayal happens. So he's like, and it's like this doorway where it goes into this other like system world type thing for it specifically. So he's like stuck. He can't leave, and he doesn't have his sacrifices. He doesn't have all three of his sacrifices. So he figures out, okay, well, let me try to use my clothing, and they're like, oh, well, it may not work, um, but it's something. So there is a chance, and I
So you're
forget
saying
what all
there's a
he
chance.
uses. I forget all what he uses, but he uses like he tries his clothing. Or I forget what all works, I should say. He tries his clothing, he tries like bandages, he tries, you know, basically everything he has, like, and like I think there was something he had that was made of leather that worked, and there was something else, basically two things ended up working, and then he got so desperate he used his hand. He put his hand on the pedestal,
I was wondering because I'm looking
altar.
at the cover, and he is missing like his like forearm down.
Yeah. And so basically, and it's like it's basically like sacrificing it to the tower or the system of the tower or whatever. And he, so his hand is gone, and basically he ends up getting like a phantom hand skill type thing to kind of replace it. And then when that actually works, he comes out and he sees that his friend's dead because the adventuring group killed his friend, and like when things went sideways, and so he he's naked trying to like I think he has to get through like a tutorial thing um as like right after you know or shortly after, but not to go too deep into it. The thing I like about this though, this has a lot of humor to it, Stuart, and
Okay.
one of the funniest things is basically almost every chapter begins because he has a another friend who's a bit younger than him. I think he's like a year or two younger than him, and he's like, "You're too young to do this, but and you don't have enough meat on you. Take these coins and you know go to this place or go to this inn or tavern and tell them you want the William O special, which is basically like whatever leftover stew they had at the end of each night type of thing, that they were going to throw
Okay.
away. But, and he's like, pay in advance, get you pay in advance, eat, get some meat on your bones. And then in a year, you'll be ready. You can join me, all this and that. But in returns, you better hype me up whenever you talk to anybody. And that spirals into like William O being the fantasy Chuck Norris.
Gotcha.
And almost every chapter begins with like either the kid, his name's Jason, either him saying something like let me see, is this a good one to say? No. But it starts with him. It just starts with him like saying all the stuff, saying like William O once was, let me try to find. I have the book up on Kindle, and I'm trying to look at the chapters to. Okay, William O once rescued 16 nubile slave girls from certain death with nothing but bootstrings, a piece of leather, and a shiny scrap of metal. There's many like, oh, I once saw William O. I think one of them says like, I once saw William O running. It didn't it didn't seem that impressive, but then I saw he was running from death and hunger and pestilence and all this and that, and it looked like he ended up giving them the slip. Stuff like that, like things you would associate with the Chuck Norris memes. And as
No,
he's going,
should have been reversed. You saw death, pestilence, and running from William O. That's how that should have gone.
Yeah, but and as as the story's going along, more and more people are like here, like you're seeing how like this little kid, his stuff is actually his like fake, William O was once did this or stuff like that. William O once ate a lightning bolt and crapped thunder.
Okay.
And there's so many of these, and like I say, it's like at the start of every chapter that they just But as the story's going along and as he's like progressing through, like going through different floors or stuff like that, you're starting to hear more and more people like at the beginning of the chapter, you're starting to hear like other people besides Jason talking about these outlandish things that William O did and whatnot, and it's but you're starting to see like outside of just the beginning of the chapters that like whenever people are like talking about him or whenever he introduces himself, people are like, oh, that you're William O, and stuff like that. You can see that there's like actually an impact in the world, and it's pretty funny. There's only 2 books out right now, and they're not the longest. Like the first one is 10 hours long, and then the second is how long is the second? 12 hour, just short of 13 hours. It's got a bunch of narrators in it. It's got the main one is Ryan H. Reed. He's the narrator from I think from Mimic and Me, right? I think he's the
Sounds
main
right.
one from that. Yeah. Annie Ellicott, Justin Thomas James, and Jeff Hayes. Those are ones that I've heard in other things. And it's so it's one of those where it's not just like the same narrator, and especially like the female voices have a female narrator, which is I enjoy. It's
Yes.
just it's something. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are narrators who can do female voices all right.
Only one.
Yeah, and
some aren't bad, but only one is actually good.
Yeah. Well, there's some that are believable. There's only one that makes it believable.
Yeah.
Jeff Hayes is the only one where it's you're questioning whether it's one, but there are some who don't do a bad job portraying a female in their narrations.
Yeah.
I will say. But yeah, this book is great. I love this book, and it's there's a lot of world building behind this and a lot of questions because William O is an orphan, but he's only an orphan because his parents kind of just disappeared from they went in the tower and they just like never came back.
Gotcha.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot they're starting to ask questions about that, and they're starting to there's questions about like like what does that necessarily mean for William O, and it's pretty good. It's one I think you would like. Oh, Annie Ellicott, she's the I think she's the one who voices in Industrial Strength Magic. She's
okay.
the one who's always competing against him for who's competing against him for the other chicks like Hart.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Because I was listening and I'm like, oh, that voice sounds so familiar. And then it just clicked after like a minute thinking about it. And I'm like, oh yeah, Industrial Strength Magic. Yeah. So it's a good cast of narrators, you know. Um, and you know, we both like Macronomicon, so that's definitely,
Mhm.
I was like, I'll definitely give this a shot. You know, it's got good ratings, and like I said, oh, I love it. Unfortunately, book 2 just came out on audiobook. It came out uh June 30th, so that means there's gonna be a lot of waiting for the next one. I don't even know if there's plans for the third book when that's coming out on actual book, you know, let alone audiobook. So that always sucks whenever you discover a series and too early in its life, you know.
Book 3 came out last week.
Oh, okay. So now there's just the long wait of when the audio will come out.
Oh, and also if. So,
Yeah,
because also remember another Macronomicon series. There's no more continuation of the audio.
yeah, but I think I saw this was kind of popular, so I don't know. Hopefully we get more, or because like I said, I really enjoyed this one quite a bit. You know, like I said, I love the it starts every chapter with like, you know, William O once blah blah blah, or you know, type of Chuck Norris meme, and you know, it's got some interesting characters and the way things progress. I just don't want to give too much away because like they are rather short books, but there's a lot that they get covered. There's a lot that happens in these books. Um,
Just by looking at the cover of book 2, Godzilla's in it.
yeah, and I don't really look at the book covers too closely. Weirdly enough,
I don't usually either unless we're
yeah,
talking about them, and then I'm looking at them while we're recording.
yeah. Um, oh, he has a kobold. He makes a friend. He makes friends with a kobold who is like very intelligent and is like probably my favorite character. The kobold is really funny, and like she's all the kobold's always saying words, and he's always like, what does that mean? What does this mean? And there's always explanations to him, you know, that have to be made to him and stuff, and it's hilarious. And in the world, apparently kobolds are like, you know, they're what you would think kobolds are. They're like lower class, you know, like not that smart for the most part. So this kobold is very out of the norm
Sure.
for being intelligent and being able to like, you know, um cast like magic and stuff like that, and the way they think and everything. um yeah, it's definitely one I recommend checking out whenever you're ready to jump on a new series. It's only two, like I said, there's only 2 books right now, so and it's not one where like he becomes super overpowered and, you know, so quickly and nothing, you know, he's always overpowered. You know, he does end up struggling with certain things. Like he ends up getting kidnapped a couple times throughout the
Okay.
2 books.
Okay.
For example. So it's, you know, it's definitely not like a oh my, you know, like I have a cheat code or, you know, a cheat skill type necessarily, where it's like I'm super overpowered, which I'm starting to like not like those as much, you know. I'm
I'm
kind
still
of
all for
I,
them.
Yeah, I like when there's a little bit of struggle. You know, when there's a like when there's when the character does have some, you know, some like he has his way. The character has to climb his way up. You know, I like that. You know, when there's still people who are like more powerful than him, especially early on. There's some book series where like they just like get too powerful too quickly. You know, it's like
I
this
get
is
that.
book one and he's like the most powerful ever. Like, come on now.
That's why it's called a power
But
fantasy.
yeah, I guess. But um and oh, book two, man. He has he has a kind of a fetish for baker girls, and that kind of plays that kind
I
of a play.
mean, I
No,
didn't realize that was an actual category until you said it. It's like, oh, I know exactly what you mean
yeah,
when you say
but
that.
it's not like a creepy fetish, but like, you know, whenever he goes to like, he's like, oh my god, baker girls, like he gets excited. You just see a cute girl, you know, baking, you know, bread or whatever. But and that plays an interesting factor in the second book. I'll just say I'll leave it at that. That was something I did not see coming. Something related to that. What's something else you got?
The other book. Um, this one only has got 2 out right now. Called Spellweaver.
Oh,
This one kind the starting bit reminded me a bit of solo leveling in the fact that it's not a full on apocalypse like everything is affected, but instead portals are popping up all over the world that lead to pocket dimensions that, if not culled, um, will cause a dungeon break, and those monsters will then come out of the portal. Um,
the Spellweaver Codex?
no,
No. Is it?
Spellweaver, two words.
Oh, okay. There's another Spellweaver that's one word too. I guess that's not okay.
The author is overzealous, as in that is their name,
Oh,
overzealous.
okay. Okay.
Spelled
Yeah,
with
I
an X.
did one word, and there was two different Spellweavers, and those didn't seem anything like you were saying. So I was like, ah. Okay, I found it.
Um, and like when you venture into the portal and you kill your first monster, that's when you get access to the system.
Okay.
And at first, like his dad is like, it's a conspiracy. Those aren't real. They're just trying to distract from what the government is. They're kind of it's one of those
Yeah.
from what the government is actually doing. Um, but then uh a bunch of more stuff happens, and like you can't really deny it anymore. Um, and he gets um like everybody gets a I forget what they're called, um like a trait, um like that is like some are common, some are unique. He gets a unique one, where he cannot put any of his points when he levels up into anything but willpower, which Honestly, it's not exactly clear what willpower actually does, other than it helps him do magic. Like it doesn't increase his mana pool because that's in intelligence. Um, but like it helps him control it, I guess, better. Um, and he kind of looks into like ritual magic and starts doing ritual magic. And then when he gets to level 10 and can choose a class, he chooses a ritual magician. Um, and then he ends up getting trapped in a rift that is and all the rifts are like, you know, rank E, um rank D, yeah, BCA, that kind of a thing. And like Earth really only has E rank stuff. Um but he gets trapped into a D rank. And not only a D rank, but an epic D rank. So it's even so there's like even like levels within the ranks. Um and there's like a time dilation thing that's also in effect. Um and he ends up like learning like mana threads from spiders that kind of rescue him. And he ends up spending like 6 months in this rift, but also finding somebody else who has spent 2 years as a slave. Because there's other people in the rift too, like that actually. Then it comes to find out that like rifts are actually parts of worlds that failed the system integration, and that was kind of a you can fail kind of a thing. Um, so he's not overpowered, but he is definitely one of the stronger people on Earth. Um, yeah, it's really good. I'm kind of doing a poor job explaining this because also it's been like 2 weeks since I've.
Yeah, that's how I was with Willie Mo. Yeah, I was kind of like trying to trigger things while I was explaining, hoping they would more things would trigger in my brain.
And there's like an adventurers guild that is full up of normal people, but then there's also like the government side that is trying to like be the government, and like there's like a small clash of ideals, not so much of like physical fighting yet. That hasn't happened yet, but it could. Um, I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to book 3. I'm hoping it comes out soon. The physical book came out last month, so hopefully the third book um is not announced, so no idea. What else you got?
I've started a new series that I think it's completely wrapped up. So it's not as long as, The one you were talking about was the Mark of the Fool,
Uh-huh.
but there are 7 books with a 4.5, book 4.5. That's weird. And a no wait, and a 3.5? What? That's even weirder.
That happens.
Um it's called Outcast in Another World. You haven't read this one, right?
Nope.
Okay. Um the main character Rob is um kind of a average guy, average kid. I think he's a college student, if I remember correctly. And he's he's kind of like, you would consider him kind of like the sidekick, you know, type character. Because he has a friend who you would kind of think of as like, oh, he would be the hero, type thing. And one day, like a portal opens up, and I think it was a pitch black portal. I think it was like tentacles or tendrils or something, like
Same thing.
reaches out to try to grab his friend, and basically he ends up like pushing his friend out of the way and saving him and getting caught in the portal himself, and gets teleported to the world of I think it's Elatra. Elatra, yeah. And it turns out he's the only there's no humans on this world. He's the only human. 'Cause there were humans, but they were all killed off. And every like he comes across an elf, an elf couple, a boy and a girl, or male, female, whatever. They're not exactly like little kids, so yeah, just a male man and woman, and they run away because they're like afraid of him, and he's like struggling this whole he in the early bits, he's struggling to stay alive, type of thing, where just everything's going wrong for him and he's barely staying alive. And whenever he like levels up, he's like his skill points he has to put into vitality in the middle of like fights, because he's like about to die. It gets to the point where later they're like, you can put points into things other than vitality. And he's like, you don't know the shit I've had to go through. That saved my life.
I like his
But
description. Armed with nothing but a sword and the clothes on his back, he sets out on his first day and almost dies. On the second day, he almost dies again. On the third day, he begins to notice a worrying trend and almost dies.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so the first, and then they I guess the elves report it, and then there's an elf party of like hunters and stuff that try to take him out because something's happened. Humans are scare them, and right before he's about to die from the elf like party, like ranger squad or whatever they call themselves, I forget. This giant like spirit of the forest bear beast thing comes and starts to attack, and basically he ends up proving himself by you know, the leader of that elf ranger party is about to be killed, and Rob with a knife ends up like stabbing the bear in the face with his knife, killing the bear. And he ends up leaving, and later he comes across a third different elf person, and it's this female who he ends up befriending, and she ends up uh, um, she, after like him helping her, because she ends up finding her friend dead in a dungeon that he ends up stumbling across first, and then other stuff happens, like I think there's a spider fight that happens, and he ends up helping her, and so he ends up basically showing her, I'm not something to be, I'm good, don't be afraid of me, type thing.
Mm-hmm.
She takes him back to the village, vouches for him, and there's this big hole, like just this huge whole thing where people are like, oh no, he needs to be killed immediately, he's a human, and some of them don't believe he's from another world necessarily, type thing, and it turns out like the humans kind of killed themselves because there was this big war, and they did some kind of crazy ritual spell thing that ended up killing every human to do something. I forget what exactly the purpose was, but it it seems pretty crazy. And also humans have what's called what is it, it's like a cursed ability. It's called leveling high, where because their humans are naturally not as like powerful as the other classes, like elves, dwarves, stuff like that. They have kind of a boost to their leveling, and they also, what also comes with that is what's called leveling high, where it basically, as they level more and more, the leveling high can increase. It's from mild to like moderate or severe. I forget what all the terms are, but it can increase to become more dangerous, to the point where they're just like trying to do everything to end up leveling up more and more and more. And that has in that world, that resulted in like a lot of bad blood between like elves and humans, or dragons, or um other species or races, which
Okay.
however you want to call it. um and he, during the fight with the like lead ranger bear, his level high increased, and he was about to kill the like the ranger leader, and realized that's not me, and therefore he 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 left him alive, and that resulted in his leveling high going back to like mild, which played a big factor in you know like the village, whether or not they're gonna keep him, they're gonna allow him to stay or kill him, type thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Something that happens in, I don't know if it happens in book 1 or book 2, but he gets what's it called? He gets a skill that becomes sentient.
So it talks to him.
Yeah, and it's I'm trying to think of the name. It's like diplomacy. Yeah, it's diplomacy. I and it helps him, like if he's gonna say the wrong thing, at first it's like he gets a feeling like, oh, that's not right, the diplomacy thinks I shouldn't do this. At first it's just a feeling, and then later it involves into like him being able to talk to diplomacy, and the skill being like, I don't know what's going on. I'm freaking out as much as you are, and it's interesting because I don't think I've ever, like in anime or a book, I don't think I've ever had. I don't think I've ever read anything where like a skill becomes sentient. Like objects, yes, like swords or stuff like that, but an actual skill, you know,
Well, they're in like
it's
reincarnated as slime. There's the sage
yeah, I
that
guess.
evolves into Raphael, which kind of does that and more.
Yeah. But yeah, it's Rob in another world where everyone basically wants him dead, and he's the only human, and he's slowly starting to, um at least get that one village on his side, but there's other races out there that have discovered slash you know if they do discover would want him immediately dead, and it's interesting. I'm on book 2 right now, and um they've had to, because there's also like a plague type thing that's happening, like a sickness thing that's happening, the corruption type thing that's happening that ends up resulting in that village having to leave, um and uh they end up going to like a different like a they end up going to a human like city, like, and that got kind of there was some parts of that kind of got kind of dark, because it's like the remains of a human city, because like every human died all at once apparently in that world. So it's like, you know it's like, what if like the rapture, or like the left behind type stuff happened to
Mm-hmm.
everybody type thing, where it's just like it's not like the city was destroyed or anything, like it was still intact, but it's just everybody's gone, so that gets kind of spooky and a little eerie from times, but it's interesting. It's very it, when I first found out that it's him and he's the only human in the world, I was like, this is weird. This might be a first for me, like, because there's always like some humans in the world, but like no, he's all the humans apparently. Maybe later on it's revealed, oh no, there are some humans still alive. I don't know, but like as of right now, as of me being in book 2, like he's like the only human alive, because he's from another world. He's not from that world, and all the humans from that world, got killed in this like weird spell ritual thing that the humans did during this great war type thing. And it's only 8 years. I think it's only 8 years from like the time that the book takes place. Rob going into getting teleported. So there are many people like in the village and stuff like that who lost loved ones to the war, or against the
Okay.
humans and stuff like that. So it's not like
So it wasn't like
humans died off 100
400
years
years
ago.
ago and only the oldest
Yeah,
remember him. Okay.
yeah. This was 8 years ago. Like so, and for elves, that's like nothing.
That was like last week.
Yeah. And later it turns out there are some elves who are like who lost loved ones because some of their loved ones were humans, and that throws kind of a interesting aspect, to the whole thing. Because the village is like, it's like thousands of elves. Like it's not like a little. They call it the village because it's kind of a, they never they never gave it a name because it's like it's like a melting pot from different, like, other different villages and groups and stuff like that
Okay.
that were left over from that Great War. Um, and they just never gave it a name, so they just called it the village. But like I said, there's like thousands and thousands of them. There's a point where he's like, yeah, this is more of like a city, not a village. Why do you? And they're like, oh well, we're from many different groups, came together, and we just never got around to actually giving it a proper name. So we just call it the village, you know. And but it's pretty interesting. Like I said, I I did a quick Google and it seems like it might be wrapped up. So, and there's 7 actual books with like 2.5, so I guess 9 total.
I'm
Uh,
seeing 6.
I've never really read a point 0.5, so I don't
I'm
know.
I'm seeing 6 books.
There's 7. The End of Insanity, there's a part 1 and 2. They have the same cover though, basically. Uh,
Audible has
and
only
off.
one, only has 6. Or
Oh, are you sure? I see.
Amazon only has 6.
Oh, okay. Because I'm looking at Amazon, or I'm looking at Audible, and yeah, book 7. I see. The End of Insanity Part 2. Maybe the maybe it's just one book. One really long book, and they made him 2 audiobooks. I don't know. I'm just looking at this on Audible though, and it's by Kamikaze Potato.
Great
I
name.
love that name. That's a great name. As far as like you know, uh, fake names to write, or pin names to write under, Kamikaze Potato, great. I don't think I've ever read a .5 book in a
I
series
have.
though. I don't think I've had a series, so I'm not quite sure. Like, are those like recaps, or are they like
Usually, let's see,
side stories?
when I've read, it's side stories of maybe could be other characters that maybe aren't introduced until like the next book. Like you
Okay.
get like a maybe
Well,
a back. I'm basing this off the ones that I've read.
yeah, I'm gonna stick with the series. I'm really liking it. Like I said, I'm on book 2, and um, I would be done by now, and probably on book 3. But I've been watching stuff, so which I'll talk about later. But um, but yeah, this is the latest book series I'm reading, and it's pretty good. It's interesting. Like, oh, he's the last human on the planet. It is very, very interesting, and kind of kind of kind of has me thinking, like, what would I do if I, like, type of thing, like if I was the only human on a planet, like, it's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird thought exercise to put yourself in.
Hello, elves.
Yeah, right. um um Oh, what is kind of cool though is he does get start out with extra stats, because they it incorporates, like, because he wasn't like super, like buff, or brick shit house or anything like that, but like to keep up with his friend, he did like work out, do weightlifting and stuff like that, so he was like sort of in shape, and like, so, and all that stuff, like the system or whatever, like translated all that extra work and stuff like that into actual stats. So he does kind of start with extra stats at the beginning because of like all the hard work he put in, like getting in shape in on Earth and stuff like that, which I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Me, I wouldn't probably start with any extra stats because I am not in shape at all. Like no extra strength or endurance for me.
Negative endurance.
Right? um but yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying this. What's something else you got?
The final book series I'm on book 3 of this one. There's currently 6 out right now. And this is by the same author of Nightmare Realm Summoner.
Okay.
Called Rise of the Living Forge. This one, the main character, Arwen, he was the hero of humanity and fighting against the vicious demon queen. The
Oh,
book
it's a
starts out.
queen.
Yeah, queen.
It's a queen. Wow, how progressive.
Uh-huh. And the book starts out at their final battle.
Okay.
And during the fight, he's of course completely, kitted out from like the Adventurers Guild, and they gave him a bunch of armor and stuff. Well, he's got this black gem on his armor, and during the fight, that black gem explodes, like city level explosion.
Oh.
And he ended up surviving and like thrown like halfway across the continent. But what didn't survive was his class. And he was given a new one called Living Forge.
Huh.
And it's all kind of around blacksmithing. And there is a detriment to this class. He has to eat magical items to survive.
That sounds familiar.
There's probably something that's like that. But like, and as it starts out, like he only needs to eat it like once a week. But as he gets stronger and stuff,
Baldur's Gate 3, Gale. He's got to eat magical items.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just Googled eat magical items to survive, and Baldur's Gate 3 came up.
Right, Gale. Totally forgot, yes.
I was like, that sounds very familiar. Sorry for
but unlike Gale, he won't explode, but it instead will just die. And it's just like once a week, but like as he gets stronger, the magical item needs to be of a better quality. And at first, he's kind of like, that black gem was given to me by the Adventurers Guild. Somebody tried to kill me. So he's pissed. He's like, I'm going to use this new class. I'm going to build out the best weapons, and I'm going to, get some answers. But he's penniless, and he finds himself in like a small town on the outskirts of the kingdom. And there is this street that just that rumors say is haunted. So like all like the shops in the street is empty, and one of them happens to be an old forge. So he kind of gets in and starts making his first magical item, because he's about to die, and makes a very crude bracelet and eats it. And eventually, somebody else moves in on the street and opens up an inn. And she has purple skin and looks oh so familiar. It is, in fact, the Demon Queen.
What?
A very similar thing happened to her.
I was about to say, did the blast hit her too, or?
Yeah, well, they were in mid fight.
Okay.
So yeah, they see the same thing happen to her. Her class was destroyed, and a new one for being an innkeeper.
Now, was his class like hero?
Kinda.
And hers was Demon Queen?
They haven't said what the class was, but yeah.
And hers was Demon Queen?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if like Demon Queen was the class, or if like, you know, like what if there was an actual title she had.
They've not said.
I guess it had to be a class, because like, if it was a title, she would still be queen technically, right?
Well, all their titles were destroyed too, because that's also a thing. Like titles and achievements are a thing that also like boost your strength.
Yeah, I meant more like noble title status.
Yeah, no.
You know, but it's an actual title system.
Yes.
As well. Okay.
Yeah, there's
interesting
levels, titles, and achievements. And achievements are consumable. Like they get used up.
More and more like an anime. Oh, someone moves in right next door to him, and it's the Demon Queen.
Yeah. Yeah, actually.
I swear I've seen an anime like that. No.
Yeah, it's called The Devil's Part-Timer.
Oh yeah, sure, that's true. I think there's another one that's similar, that has that same premise though, that I'm thinking about. But yeah, that one does have that same thing, kind of.
And at first, like, he and the Demon Queen are kind of standoffish. Like, they're not going to cause, like, neither one of them are going to cause trouble. But like, what's going on? What's up? And eventually they start talking. And they find out that they have oddly parallel lives. Like, too parallel. Like, the fact that, and he didn't realize this until he got stronger, but like, titles and achievements add on to your strength. It's not just the level that is everything. But he was trained up by the Adventurers Guild at the age of 10 when he was summoned from Earth. But that is it plays so little in that story, because that was like 15 years prior. So like he doesn't remember Earth. So so like nothing really comes of that, other than he's not from Earth. He's not from this world.
So that whole thing is just like a side note they skip over quickly.
Kinda, yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, at the age of 10, he got the hero class, and like the Adventurers Guild trained him, and like basically power leveled him, but like didn't get him titles or achievements, just levels. So it wasn't until later that he figured out that the strength really does come from titles and levels. Why did they nerf me like this? And the Demon Queen, kind of the same thing. She's not from Earth. She's from that world, but like this kind of the same thing happened to her. Like the Monster Consortium or whatever that it's called, like they did the exact same thing. So like, why? and it kind of like they come to the conclusion that like they were working together to continue the war. So like something's up. There's a big conspiracy. What's going on? But as of right now, we're too weak. So we got to get stronger. So eventually they form a guild with some other people um, that aren't your typical people either. Like they just happen to be like, oh, one's actually a fallen paladin.
Hmm.
And the other is a healer who fell in love with the paladin. So she just kind of went with him. Um, and the other is a thief. And then they just kind of recently recruited a one-armed warrior, who's like 15. Um, so it is I'm really enjoying this, and yes, it is an enemies to lovers situation. They do get together.
That was interesting.
Although it's kind of funny when when they tell the group, um, because like the demon queen has nightmares from time to time from the war. So Arwen has been kind of like sleeping in her bed to kind of comfort her. And like later when I was like, we're together. We know. You've been sleeping together for a long time. Well, yes, but we were just sleeping. And like because she's like the demon queen, and some things still kind of lingered. Like Arwen is still stronger than he should be, like physically stronger, and can take more. It can take more of a beating than a normal person his level. And like the demon queen, like shadows kind of follow her. So like her inn is like completely dark. So they decide to kind of lean into the monster theme and open a monster theme inn. And like there's like imps running around with like maid dresses that are serving tables. And she's pretending to dress up as a demon instead of actually being a demon. So I'm really enjoying this, like more than I thought I would at first.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'll definitely check this out in the future, in the near future. The whole him having to eat the magical items and them getting more and more powerful each time, or needing to be, that's kind of interesting.
Well, it's more stuff like as he gets stronger. So if he stayed weak, the magic items could be like up as shit
Oh, okay.
quality, but as he levels up, the item needs to be at a better quality.
Yeah.
But very quickly, he's making like, and he can make magic items, which is apparently insanely rare. That he and being the hero, he didn't even know how rare magic items were because he was just given shit all the time.
Yeah.
And so he didn't really know that, oh, normal blacksmiths can't make magic items. Oh, and I can just do it with like iron, and I don't need anything else. Um, but I'm really enjoying this series. Like I said,
It sounds interesting. Like I said, I will definitely check this out.
and it's also one of those
But
one of those books. Like every time, like okay, we can relax. Fucking something else happens.
oh yeah.
It's one of those like, God damn it, can't relax a damn bit. All right, that was my final book. 2 hours into
Um
2.5 hours into the podcast.
yeah. The only other things I got to talk about, I can talk about quick. Um, I watched a movie last night, Enola Holmes 3.
I caught
I'm
the
guessing
last 5 minutes of it when I went home for 4th of July because my mom was watching it. So I saw the
it's
wedding,
good.
and that was it.
It's good. Well, it starts with the wedding.
Well, it ends with the wedding too.
Well, it starts with the wedding, but something happens.
Obviously, and I don't think I saw two. I think I only watched one.
Oh, I don't necessarily remember two because it's been years, but um, there were things that happened in 3 that made me like, oh yeah, that's how this universe works. Okay, but like Moriarty is a female.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that
I totally forgot about that too.
until she pops up. She's the baddie in this one. And I don't know. I like the Enola Holmes movies. I think they're great. Basically in this one, they're she's getting married, and she has cold feet and isn't gonna go, and then she's like, oh, I can't do that to him, I do love him and all. So then she's trying to race to get there, and then she's being chased by what she thinks is a robber, a highwayman, bandit, thief, and it turns out to be Watson, and Sherlock's been kidnapped.
Sure.
And then it kind of goes it goes a little bit back in time, and it shows like things leading up to that situation, and then it's basically her trying to figure out where Sherlock is, and other people get kidnapped, or someone else gets kidnapped, and it's just a good fun like mystery type you know spin on what would normally be Sherlock Holmes. But you know what? I'm kind of surprised we haven't gotten like a spin-off of like Henry Cavill Sherlock Holmes.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Since this is since trilogies are a thing, I'm guessing they're not going to make any more. This is probably going to be it. But it wraps up pretty nicely. I enjoyed it. And also, man, Helen Bonham Carter as the mom is still so great. She shows up in this again.
Yes.
And yeah, I don't want to give away. I really don't want to. You can't really say too much about these type of movies because like the whole point is like the mystery, and you can't really give too many details on
Right. Yeah.
in a summary about a mystery movie. But it's
Yeah.
good. I would definitely recommend checking it out if you like the others. I didn't realize this came out until like I saw something on TikTok, I think, or something, and I was like, oh damn. And I mentioned it I had lunch with Steven the other day, and I mentioned it, and he's like, oh yeah, I've seen it. And I'm like, well, dang, okay, well, I didn't know, I guess. But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. And I was like, yeah, I was like, man, we delayed the podcast a day, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make use of this and watch it so I can have something to talk about. But you know, like I said, unfortunately, I can't really get into specifics because like there's just too much of it would be spoilers because it's a
Yeah.
mystery type, you know.
Yeah.
But it's good. Millie Bobby Brown is great. Henry Cavill, even though he's been kidnapped, and he's still in it more than you think. You know, and he's good as Sherlock, of course. Like in the others. Just it's a cute spin on the whole Sherlock Holmes type universe. With it being his sister Enola Holmes, which
Sure.
until these movies, I is Enola Holmes like an actual character? I think we looked that up maybe once
I think
when we
we did. I
discussed
I, I don't think she is.
yeah, I think when we discussed the original, I think we looked that up. And oh, Enola Holmes is not an original character created for the Netflix film.
Oh,
She was created by
but
author Nancy Springer for her young adult book series, the
not
Enola Holmes
by
Mysteries.
Sir Arthur
Okay.
Conan Doyle.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, so I had never heard of that book series until the Netflix movies, you know. So, but I've liked the movies; they're great, you know. I like Sherlock Holmes style mystery movies, you know. I really do.
Yeah.
Um, that's why
Yeah.
I'm so upset we never got the third Sherlock Holmes movie with Robert Downey Jr. because I enjoyed those, you know.
Yeah.
And I love the Sherlock series as well, the BBC one. It's not Sherlock's, but I like the whole Knives Out series too.
I do
Those are
too.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen the latest one.
I have
Um,
not either.
I've seen Knives Out and Glass Onion. There's a newer one since then, right?
Yes.
What is it? Wake
Uh,
Up Dead Man.
Wake Up to Dead Man. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that came out last year. Wow. Yeah, I need to see that then. Yeah, I liked Knives Out, and I liked um Glass Onion.
I did
Those are
too.
fun. And I just like I said, I like mysteries, like the classic like mysteries with the detective type. We don't get enough of those. I feel
Agreed.
like.
Agreed.
Um, what else you got?
I'll talk about one more thing that's not book related, and I'll hold off on the others. I did watch a TV show. I only watched the first season though. I've not watched the second because I need a minute.
Only the first season. No.
Only there's only two
I
as of
mean,
right now.
watching a whole season of something is nothing to. That's a pretty
Uh,
good commitment,
I watched The Pit.
unless there's only a. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I've been meaning to watch that.
I watched the first season of The Pit. Now
Is
I
that a long
knew
series or long seasons or?
15 episodes.
Okay, so it's more than the normal, I guess, but the new
Um,
normal. Ugh.
I knew kind of not a whole lot going into this. I knew it was made to be the most authentic medical drama, like the most accurate. They set out to do that, and from what I've seen, uh, from like uh, from like doctors reacting on YouTube kind of a thing. It is. They'll catch some things from here and there, but it is more accurate than like using sponges as defibrillators.
Or even using defibrillators to restart someone's heart, because apparently that's not like what defibrillators do. They're supposed to
only in certain
put your
cases.
heart back into the rhythm.
Yeah, only in
normal rhythm.
certain cases.
Yeah, I saw a video about that, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize that all those like, oh, his heart stopped beating. Use the defib. Most of that's just bullshit. Like,
Yes,
for TV.
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I've heard that too. That it's like a very best depiction. More than other medical shows. And then the dudes from ER, right?
Yeah, well,
ER?
yes. He was part of ER at the start. And
I never watched ER.
I don't. The ones that are more drama, I was not like.
Well,
no,
that and like it was
ER.
It was relevant when we were little. Like we were a little too young for that type of stuff.
Grey's Anatomy. Whenever I see one of those clips on YouTube, I'm like, this is awful. Like these doctors are terrible. But yeah. The other thing I knew is that there was a mass shooting event that happens in one of the episodes.
Oh.
What I did not know going into this was each season is like 24, as in each episode is
remember seeing that,
an hour of the shift. So the whole season is one shift.
I do remember seeing something about that, and I was like, I don't know if I like that or not. Like,
it is definitely a holy fuck, that was one day. Oh my god.
Because that's cool, yeah, but like you don't get to see character growth really with that kind of format.
No, you don't.
Or like relationships develop between character. You don't get that. You miss out on stuff like that. But
it's not drama. It is medical.
Yeah.
So it doesn't it forgoes the making out in the supply closet stuff. But
all these medical shows still have stuff like that.
They still do throw in a. There's a couple like things that happen. But yeah, definitely like there is one character. I did not like her the entire season. Because it's on one day, so she doesn't change. And I saw people defending her on the internet. I'm like, nope, she's a terrible person. Nope, she's bad. She's not. I don't want her as my doctor. Let's put it that way. So, and it was supposed to be 12. Like the shift is like 12 hours long, but because of the mass shooting event, it the shift gets isn't longer, because that doesn't happen to like the end of the season. So like you get like a normal quote normal day up until like episode 12. And boy, like normally when I watch TV, something I like to do, I like to snack. You know what I could not do during this? Eat at all. There was no eating.
Sometimes
there was no eating because oh my god, does it show fucking everything?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've watched some medical shows like this, where it's like, oh, I got to turn away during certain scenes,
Oh,
because
yep.
oh,
Right off the bat. Oh, here's a guy who's had his hand cut off. Oh no. Oh, and
or
you see
oh,
that.
this dude's heart is out of his chest
Yeah. Oh,
because it's a surgery.
here's a
Ugh,
woman giving birth. Let's zoom in on that. Let's not. Let's
right?
not do that. That was definitely a part I had to turn away. There was
I've
definitely
thought
some like, oh no, I can't look
I've
at
thought
that.
about checking this out because it's highly
It
rated.
is
Like,
it is
people
definitely good.
seem to really love it.
It
Yeah,
is definitely good.
but the whole it all happens in one day. I'm kind of like, I don't know, like,
Well, okay, like season 2 is like months later. Is like
okay,
almost a year later.
yeah, but like,
So
I don't know, like, I
so
never
like
watched 24, but like,
you'll
after
see
how
the
many
growth
seasons does that,
between
like,
seasons.
yeah, I don't know. It just feels weird. Like I
And
said,
you
I've
you
never really watched 24, so I don't.
and yeah, like yeah, you don't get a whole lot of character growth, but like that's not what you're there for. You're there for the story.
Yeah,
And
there's much
sure,
story
like
that can happen in 12 hours.
there's a lot that happens in fucking 12 hours. And it was like one of those things like, thank God I don't have to deal with the public in my job. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because there were some definitely some people you wanted to fucking throttle.
And the best part about this being a newer show is you don't have to worry about when's COVID going to come in to play, because it's
Oh
over
no,
with.
it happened. It happened. And actually, that's kind of
Oh,
trauma that like the main character, the guy from ER, like
yeah.
his mentor died during COVID. And he was the one that had
Ah,
that shut off the machine. And like this is like the anniversary of that day. So
yeah.
he has kind of PTSD from kind of uh from that.
Yeah, but well, I mean, it's the aftermath. You don't have to actually see like
Yeah.
what happened. Like, yeah, like, because I've watched some medical shows, like, or medical dramas, like, in the past couple years, and it's like always like when they get to whenever it's the season when COVID takes place, it's always like, oh,
Yeah.
like, I don't want to be reminded of this. It's always like gut wrenching, and
Although although it would be interesting to have like a season of like the pit take place during COVID. So like see like what it was like in like there for the workers. Because like
well,
you
there's
definitely
a
get
lot of
you
other medical shows that
well
touch
no
on
no no
that. I feel
no
like,
I don't think like this one really showed you like oh my fucking god these people need to be paid a fucking fortune because
yeah.
they deal with awful stuff and like there's even a small bit where someone clocks a nurse. It's like and you know that shit happens.
Oh yeah.
Like you see people get pissed on. You see like what they deal with. It's like damn. And that was definitely one of the things that they wanted to do for this show was like show like how hard it is for nurses, how hard it is for like ER doctors, like
Yeah.
how hard it is for them. And hey, be nice.
It's definitely been a highly acclaimed show that I've seen nothing but good about, or heard nothing but good about. Yeah.
Yeah, like
I'll
this definitely
probably end up
like
watching it.
this definitely, you know, like all the other like medical dramas, nah, they're they're children playing doctor.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I feel like some, at least there are some that are definitely not as like, but I feel like the quality of medical dramas have gotten a lot better in the recent years because, they have like consultants, to help them with making things seem.
Well, this one didn't have just consultants, but writers. But like doctors
Yeah.
were the writers. They weren't just the consultants. And like the set was designed by somebody who builds ERs. So like it is a proper layout of an ER.
Grubs was an actual hospital they shot in, at least until the reboot.
True.
The
Very, very
reboot, they
true.
had to recreate it.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched all of the reboot.
I
Like,
haven't watched any of it.
I think I've only watched like the first 2 episodes.
Because that's on
Yeah,
Hulu, right?
I think. Yeah,
Because I don't have Hulu at the moment. I got rid of it.
yeah.
So I'm waiting for Black Friday.
Oh yeah, you pay like a year worth for like $2 or a month. Yeah,
Because I missed it last year, so I had to get rid of it.
yeah. I definitely will be taking part of the Black Friday deal as well. Um, yeah. I tend to watch a lot of these medical drama shows, even though like
Yeah,
I'm
I'm actually kind
squeamish
of
when it.
I'm super surprised you haven't seen this yet because you watch them a lot more than I do.
It's mostly like the spin on it, like, oh, this dude has a heart who can he this dude is like he does everything he can to help his patients, even if it's going to get him in trouble and whatever. Or this dude is, like like it's House, who, he only wants to solve the mystery. That's all he cares about. You know that's his
House who
drug of
will
choice
who will
besides the
never
actual.
that will never be an actual doctor kind of a thing.
Yeah,
This
stuff
one,
like that.
I don't know. This one has definitely like I think you should watch it and then say like whether it compares to others, how it
Yeah,
compares to all the others you watch. Because like I said, to like now like all the other medical dramas just like they're playing doctor, like they're kids playing
yeah.
doc.
I Googling the pit, to bring up like IMDb and stuff like that. There's like people also search for, and it's like one's like New Amsterdam. That's one I watched. Recently I watched The Resident. That was a pretty good one. That actually has what's it called? The actress who played Sharon Carter from the MCU.
Oh yeah,
Um, and then but it's like those were great. Those felt like real. But then there's something like Saint Denis Medical, which is like a comedy, and I'm like, I do have no interest in watching that. Like, like just like it's like, which is like The Office, but you know in a hospital. It's
yeah.
like, no thank you, I'll skip on that. I watched some of Brilliant Minds, which that was a Zachary Quinto one, where that kind of felt like almost like House. in a way. That I watched a little bit of that. I think started to watch it as it first was airing, and then I just fell out for whatever reason. Um, and then there was the why is that not on here? The Good Doctor. That's another one I
I
liked.
I don't think I couldn't watch The Good Doctor. He annoyed the shit out of me.
At first, yes, but he does. Like I said, I like character growth and stuff like that. So
Well, from
his
from
character growth.
from what I've seen, like clips and stuff, he gets worse.
I don't know. Like there, see, I just don't, I don't. The thing is, I don't know, like, because I don't really deal with stuff like that in my life, so I don't know how autism and all that, like, you know, plays into, like, so I don't know, but like it didn't feel like it didn't seem like he got worse. Like there were some times where he like would freak out because there was like the situation, there were new situations happening that like triggered him, you know. But I don't know, the relationship with him and like, you know, certain other characters and them evolving is what really kept me going. But
Again, like, and the pit actually has a character that I'm pretty darn sure was on the spectrum. Um, like, like that was done so well because she was competent
yeah.
and yeah, like she had to like kind of like walk outside for a couple times and like listen to a certain like music or whatever, and like there was like a patient with autism that she helped out when like a more senior doctor didn't know kind of what how to handle it.
Here's another one I thought I'd watch, but anyways. Yeah, definitely we'll probably check out the pit though.
I really think you should
Um,
and
yeah.
report back on what you on whether your stance has changed.
Yeah, it's weird that how I watch these because, like I say, like I hate looking at that stuff. I'm squeamish when it comes to like
Oh, I like I said, I looked away
that
all the
type of
damn time.
things. Yeah, I'm
I looked
always
away all
looking
the
away when
time.
it comes to that stuff. But like all the other stuff, you know, I don't know. All the other stuff intrigues me, you know. But um, l- last thing I got, I'll only take a couple, maybe a minute. I did see Supergirl. It was good. It didn't do well in theaters. Say what you want. Was it marketed poorly? Was it the fact that people are sexist and they're not ready for a female-led movie? Was it because
I think it was that one.
I don't know. Who knows? Like
I don't know.
there have been
I haven't
female-led
seen it, so I
movies.
don't know yet.
You know, did it come out in a bad timing?
It did for
Or
me. Let's put it that way, because I was not able to see it
yeah,
in theaters.
like whatever the reason, it just didn't do well. But apparently, I saw something that said like because of the marketing or because of the promotional tie-ins it did with stuff, like there was a KFC meal
Uh huh.
with for example, and there were, all kinds of toys and stuff, and I even got I don't know if you can see up here
Crypto.
a little crypto that I found at the Walmart for $2 in their clearance section. I was like, I'll get this for $2.
Yeah.
I like crypto. But it was good. I enjoyed it. I'm kind of mad because apparently if you I saw it in IMAX. Apparently, if you saw it in IMAX, you were supposed to get a comic book that had like the first issue of the story it was based off of, and then some other like female, you know, female led issues from other
Steven,
DC stories.
got any more of those?
Oh no, we didn't. No, this was
Oh,
at AMC. He works at a
okay.
local theater, like
Okay.
local owned. Yeah, they didn't
I
get
thought it was
Supergirl.
all theaters.
Well, the theater he works for, uh, they only have 2 actual theaters. It's a
Okay.
small movie theater, so they got to pick and choose what movies they get. They can't. Growing up, they only had 1 movie theater, so so them having 2 is kind of a newer thing, but yeah. So I was kind of upset when I saw that, but it was good. I enjoyed it. I like her. There's I like her as Supergirl. I like her portrayal. I like that type of Supergirl. The kind of punk rock type badass. But there's also like you also get like emotions, and there were certain things about her origin, like, and we'll talk about this whenever you actually do, hopefully when it comes to like VOD or streaming or whatever.
Yep.
you'll and we can talk about it, but there were some changes to her origin that I'm like, I don't like that, like, and I don't know if it's necessarily a spoiler to mention like her origin. Would you consider that a spoiler or no?
Considering like they have like, especially like DC comic characters have so many. Maybe not.
Well, it's not the typical, you know, she's technically older than Clark, but goes through like a weird time portal thing
Mm-hmm.
and gets there later. Like her physical body is younger, but she's actually supposed to be older than him, type thing.
Yeah.
You know, they have it to where she's born after he leaves, like years after he leaves. Because there's like a contingency plan that some of the Kryptons have to where there's a piece of Krypton that's still living after the rest of it explodes, type thing.
Okay.
So she actually is younger. I always liked the fact that it's like, no, she's supposed to be older than him. She remembers, him as a baby, type thing. I always thought that was kind of
Yeah.
cool. That whole aspect of it, and they changed that up, and along with some other stuff. Um, Jason Momoa's Lobo was pretty cool.
From what I've heard, he plays like no significant role whatsoever.
Uh, he kind of helps. He helps out for sure. There's at least one situation where he definitely helps out. Um, um, I'm trying to think. Was there not? But it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. There's no post credit scene or anything like that, which I'm like, that kind of felt that it feels like, I don't know. You're starting a new universe. You should probably have post credit scenes to hype up the next movie.
Especially post Marvel.
Exactly. Like, and you're used to doing Marvel stuff, James Gunn. Like,
Yeah.
I know he didn't direct this one, but he is the big boss in charge.
Exactly.
So, was it the next movie? They're working on Superman Man of Tomorrow right now. Which apparently, from what I saw, it's gonna be like a team up, him and Lex Luthor situation.
Interesting.
And they've also reported, I think I think she's gonna portray Supergirl in it, whether or not that's like a prominent role or just a cameo type thing. I don't know. But they've also announced that the actor who played Blue Beetle will be in portraying his role in Superman. That was just recently announced this week.
Okay.
Which I still haven't seen Blue Beetle. I need to.
It's good. It's like people shit on it, but it's good.
I like the actor from what I've seen him in, from what I've seen him of Cobra Kai. He was great. He's a great actor. So, I imagine he did well as Jaime Reyes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just need to get around to actually seeing it. But yeah, there's been reported, it was just announced he's going to be in Superman, the new Superman movie, whether or not that's just a small role or what, which, yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm excited because, like, I think we mentioned, I don't know if it was this during the show or before. Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con is this upcoming week, so hopefully we'll get some cool announcements of future stuff, and maybe we'll get a Doomsday trailer.
I think we might.
That would be nice, like, because, like, yeah, there's a lot of and also they've the predictions for Spider-Man, it's Brand New Day, right? That's what the movie's called. Yeah, the predictions for that looking pretty good as far as I think they're predicting like half a billion, 500 million in its opening weekend. Which it's like, yeah, until like, I don't know, Spider-Man's always gonna make you $1 billion, pretty much. Like,
yeah,
that's just how it's gonna be. Unfortunately, because that means Sony will never get rid of Spider-Man.
That is true.
It sucks because we want good Spider-Man movies, but we don't want Sony to have them. But the only way that Sony will lose them is if the movies are so bad that they're like, it's not worth it. So, like, it's a bad position for the fans, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I check out Supergirl, people, if you missed out on the theater version. Whenever it comes to like streaming or VOD, definitely check it out. I thought theaters. It was good. It wasn't super long. It wasn't a super long movie either, which I know some people are complaining about movies being super long. The Odyssey's almost 3 hours long, I think.
Well, it's the Odyssey.
Yeah, that's true. I want to see that. I kind of want to see that. I do too.
I'm actually looking at times right now for the Odyssey.
I sent Steven a message the other day. I was like, hey, I don't know your schedule, but we need to see this because they're showing it at the theater he works at. It's like, give me in for free. Let me see this. Because we saw Masters of the He-Man, Masters of the Universe for free. That was a good movie to see for free. I'll say that. Didn't cost me anything, and I enjoyed it. But if I paid to see it, I might have been a little upset.
Yeah.
But, I guess with that we can wrap things up. It's a bit long of a show, but it's been a month. We had a lot to talk about.
Yeah. A lot of books.
Lucky for you, it's later for you, so you were able to eat beforehand. Me, It was a
Well,
little too early for me to actually
I
eat.
was hungry, so I'm like,
Yeah,
I can't eat because normally I wait. I'm like, I can't wait.
yeah,
I'm
I get
hungry.
that. But be sure to follow us on social media, Stewart's Casual Terror, Blue Sky. Will Play Games on Blue Sky, and I'm at Will Play Games underscore on Twitter. But you know, I still I hate using it, but I still use it because that's like like I keep saying, that's the only way the NBA like does stuff is still through Twitter, and
Yeah.
it kind of sucks. But or follow Stewart or follow him on Twitch, twitch.tv/casual terror to
Yeah. The
see.
lower thirds are broken because they were broken last time and I never
Gotcha,
fixed them.
gotcha. But yeah, follow Stuart on Twitch for, you know, whenever he streams games or we stream this, you know, ask us a question while we're streaming live and we'll answer like we did earlier.
Like half an hour later, an hour later.
Was it that long? Because I thought I saw it like pop up fairly recent on my side, but
it was definitely well after the fact.
okay. Well, you know, we answered it eventually, but
Yeah.
um and or whenever we have our D&D sessions, which is on hiatus currently.
I got nothing. I I now know why I that campaigns don't go as far as we've done, as high level as we've done, because it becomes harder.
Critical
Like,
Role no says otherwise. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not fucking Matt Mercer.
I'm kidding. Uh uh but you know, I don't know. Hopefully some of these
Like,
new book series will bring some inspiration, you
maybe
know.
it hasn't so far. Um, like I'll give you an example. Like the very last session we did, you guys fought an ancient blue dragon. Didn't really struggle too much with it. That was an ancient blue dragon. Okay.
So you're is it you're having balancing issues or
Well, there's that, but also I don't know what to do.
okay, because I was about to say I'm sure there's like
Balancing is only a part of it.
YouTube there's D&D YouTubers out there who probably have videos on how to help with you know, I haven't watched
Balancing
those
is
but
such like I've struggled with balancing from day one.
yeah.
And like there's no good answer for it.
Yeah. I mean, we're able to take an ancient dragon, but you give us a tough yeti and we're like in trouble.
Well, yeah, that's actually what I need to do. I need to find something that takes your shit away from you. That's how you struggle.
That tough yeti almost killed us. We weren't ready for that tough yeti.
Again, that's because I knocked half you out.
Yeah.
So like I said, I took shit away from you. I took your party from you. That's how I made it stronger.
Yeah. I was talking to Steve, and I'm surprised we got to the dragon as quick as we did. That's kind of I'm thinking that's probably why it was so easy for us. You know, I figured it would lead to like maybe a mini dungeon where we'd have other stuff to have to fight to get to the actual dragon. You know, and by the
Nah.
you know, to where we're like kind of used resources or a little worn out before. But yeah, we got to the dragon pretty quickly. I was like, I was kind of shocked that
It was
that
just a
all
cave.
happened in one session.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just a cave.
But anyways, whenever that picks back up, you know, it'll Stewart streams it. So, But I
But
guess until
we're gonna
then we will.
play some Baldur's Gate instead, right?
Yeah. Are we? Are you able to do that
I am able to do that.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to let Steven know. Because yeah, we weren't able to. We had started to do that. We were planning on doing that, and then you had your computer issues, and
And
it's
then have
like,
a computer.
oh shit.
It's working fine now. So
That's great. Okay,
that's all taken care of.
but yeah, I was like, we should do that until you
Yeah.
can,
And
or
I downloaded it ready to go. And then
so I guess yeah, Stewart will probably be streaming that too. Um,
yeah.
so another reason to follow him on Twitch. And I guess we will catch you next time.
And remember, no anal heartbeating this podcast.
I think I have it downloaded.
I actually uninstalled a bunch of shit today. So I'm like, I'm never
Yeah, I
gonna.
do have it.
I downloaded this and I never played it, so I'm just gonna delete it. My
I need to
4 terabyte
uninstall
hard drive isn't even half full. I'm deleting shit.
all that. I don't know if you've seen all the like crossovers like PUBG Mobile has had.
I didn't know PUBG was having crossovers.
Yeah, they have crossovers with different like franchises and stuff like that, but it's their mobile version. I'm like, why not do something with your regular? Like, because I don't want to play the
Because
mobile.
that's where the money is.
I
Because
guess, but like,
that's where people are actually playing PUBG is on the mobile. And by people, I mean Asians.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Because I can tell you, not a whole lot of people here are playing PUBG.
Yeah, I'll see. Like they'll have like stuff going on, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. But they have a Naruto thing happening right now. They had something else recently that I thought was cool because I don't care about Naruto. Um,
Speaking of crossovers on games I don't play, I did download Apex, and I tried it, and
I
apparently
didn't.
I missed that crossover event.
No, I think you were playing it before it actually technically came out because it came out Tuesday, this
Oh,
past
okay.
Tuesday. Yeah, I did see you playing it. I think last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so technically you like picked it up and was playing it
Well,
before it
I looked up. I was like,
actually.
okay, when is it? And like the date was like the previous week. So okay.
Yeah, it was. I think it was announced. It was announced the previous. Yeah, I don't know. It was a confusing. I think because I downloaded it and fired it up and was like, what? And then I had to look and yeah, so it's technically live now. I think.
Well, I downloaded. I played like one thing. I'm like, this is why I don't play this game anymore. And yeah.
I've been meaning to, but I got distracted. I was doing a testing out a alpha of some other game that was kind of like Helldivers 2. I just happened to see a post and I was like, "Oh, I'll check this out." They're like, "Oh, win prize or get." It wasn't like a paid thing, but it was like a raffle to win stuff, and I was like, "Oh, sure, why not? I'll try this out. If anything, this will get me back into gaming." And so I was playing that for the last, or for like 5 nights in a row this past week. It's like Exterminauts. I think that's what it's going to be called.
I think I've heard of that.
Like Helldivers 2. It was fun. The last day of the playtest, and it was like a time thing, like only available for these 3 hours each night type thing. The last day they like, gave like 1 million credits in every type of currency, so you could basically unlock everything and upgrade everything. And I'm like,
That's how that's how you
that's how
do
you
it.
do a playtest.
That's how you do
Yeah.
it.
I was like, I'm unlocking everything and you know, upgrading everything.
Yeah, when I was playing Apex, I'm like, this feels wrong. Like something about the game just did not feel right. Like I couldn't explain it. Like I felt like I was lagging, but without the lag. Like I was having like hardware lag, kind of a thing.
Yeah, I had to
And
switch some. I had to change some settings because there was some weird stuff in the settings. I
that
know.
too. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? So why is it not hold to aim? Why is that not a thing? Did I forget that? That it's click to aim down sights and I click out. So it's
Yeah, I had to definitely had to switch some settings and tweak some things and whatnot. But I had did I haven't gotten to an actual match yet. I only jumped into the what's it called, the firing range to test things out. And
yeah, I did that and I played the whatever game mode where you can respawn.
yeah,
The not death match. The control point kind of a thing. And was like, I'm done.
how long is this event? Mm, uh, July 4th to August 4th, or July 14th through August 4th. Okay, so it's not like a couple week. Okay. I don't even know if there's skins for characters I want. Like, to be honest, I don't know.
I don't plan on
I,
buying anything because I don't play the game.
yeah,
So
I mean,
there's no reason to buy a
I already
skin.
have, I have like Apex currency though still from remaining. That's the only thing I would use. I wouldn't actually buy more currency. Or they typically give you like a free. They have it to where you can earn a couple free packs. Typically, I think it's like 2 packs. Typically, you can earn. It's better than nothing, I guess. But yeah. Yeah. Had to help Steven walk through, or had to help Steven because he had an issue where like his his EA account was tied to a Yahoo email he didn't have anymore. So we had to figure out how he could contact them, and he had to basically there was a thing where they had to push some. He had to log in on a game on his Xbox, so he had to pull out his Xbox, which hasn't played in so long. He had to download a game for that. He had to, you know, load it up. He got some code from them, from the support, whatever. And then we were like, why isn't this working? And it turns out he had another EA account that was linked to, I think, Apex or something. Or there was he had some other EA account that was linked to something else that for whatever reason. Um and it was a couple hours, but we got that settled. And during that time, I was just like messing around in the firing range, checking out the different stuff and whatnot. This was before the actual Cyberpunk event technically started. But, I'll definitely check this out at least once, probably. I haven't downloaded though. I do have Baldur's Gate 3 downloaded. I don't have any mods downloaded though, so I need to download mods if we're gonna play with mods.
I couldn't tell you what mods to play with now. Plus,
I don't know.
mods can be downloaded and played and installed in game. I'm pretty sure
Oh,
because they added in-game mod support.
but and
That I
also like,
do know.
yeah. The only issue is like saves don't work if you don't have the right mods, right? Or
I
that you
think
had when you
it depends on the
saved
mod.
last. Yeah, I remember there were issues about that, but I
It's
don't
probably
know.
better now.
Send him a message and tell him. Anyways, I am hungry, so I am gonna go and
All right.
get some food. I will talk to you tomorrow.
Alrighty, sounds good. And thank you all for watching. And we'll be streaming some Borderlands, Baldur's Gate tomorrow in lieu of Tabletop D&D. So, bye y'all. Well, that button didn't work.